Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're diving into a really important topic, one that might make us uncomfortable but is absolutely essential to understand. We're going to explore the top 10 countries in the world where racism is still a major problem. These are places where people, just because of their skin color, ethnicity, or background, face serious challenges every single day. We know that racism exists all over the world, but in some places, it's much more visible and deeply rooted than others. In today's video, we'll take a closer look at some of these countries and understand why racism persists, how it affects people's lives, and what it means for those living there. So, grab a seat and let's get into it. By the end of this video, we hope you'll have a better understanding of these issues and, more importantly, what we can all do to help make the world a more fair and kind place for everyone. Ready? Let's go!
1. Sri Lanka. We start our list with Sri Lanka. This beautiful island nation in South Asia has a complex history, and unfortunately, the history includes serious ethnic tensions. The Tamil people, an ethnic minority group in Sri Lanka, have faced discrimination for decades. In Sri Lanka, the majority ethnic group is Sinhalese, and the Tamils, who are mostly Tamil-speaking Hindus, have been marginalized and subjected to unfair treatment. This issue is deeply rooted in the country's long civil war, which lasted from 1983 to 2009. The war was largely a result of ethnic tensions, with the Tamil Tigers fighting for an independent Tamil state. The war's end didn't bring peace, but rather deep scars and continued inequality for the Tamil community. According to a 2022 U.S. State Department report, Tamils in Sri Lanka continue to face barriers in areas like education, healthcare, employment, and housing. Even though the war is over, the aftereffects of ethnic division still make it hard for Tamils to thrive and live equally. It's heartbreaking to think that something as simple as going to university or finding a job can be so difficult just because of who you are. Sri Lanka's example teaches us the importance of healing and reconciliation, but also of ensuring equal opportunities for all, no matter their background. 2. El Salvador. Next, we travel to El Salvador, ranked number 9 on our list. El Salvador is a country in Central America that has faced its own challenges with race and discrimination. Even though there are laws in place that are meant to protect people from racial discrimination, they are often not enforced as they should be. In El Salvador, Afro-descendants, people whose ancestors came from Africa, and indigenous groups face systemic racism. Systemic racism means that the problem is embedded in the structures of society, making it harder for certain groups to access things like education, employment, or even just basic human rights. The U.S. State Department has pointed out that Afro-descendants and indigenous Salvadorans continue to suffer from unequal treatment, violence, and discrimination in many parts of the country. What's even more alarming is how racism has become a deeply ingrained part of life, affecting not just individuals, but entire communities. El Salvador's example shows us that passing laws against racism is not enough. Those laws must be enforced, and people must be educated to understand that everyone, no matter their race, deserves to live a life of equality and opportunity. 3. Russia. Coming in at number 8, we find Russia. Russia is a country with a long and complex history, and unfortunately, issues of racism and ethnic discrimination have persisted through much of its past. In Russia, certain ethnic groups, especially those from economically disadvantaged regions like Dagestan and Chechnya, often face discrimination and prejudice. These groups are often disproportionately called upon to fight in conflicts, like the ongoing war in Ukraine. What's troubling is that people from these regions, already struggling economically, are sent to the front lines of war, facing enormous risks. What's more, Russia is also home to various minority groups, such as the Roma people, who have been historically marginalized. Roma people in Russia are subjected to hate crimes, exclusion from society, and harsh living conditions. These problems are not just about prejudice or hatred. They are about people's lives being put in danger simply because of where they're from or what ethnic group they belong to. We can't ignore how deeply embedded these issues are in Russia's societal structures. 4. United Arab Emirates. At number 7, we head to the United Arab Emirates, a wealthy nation known for its impressive skyscrapers and luxurious lifestyle. But not everyone in the UAE has access to those same benefits. There's a group of people in the UAE who are known as stateless. Stateless means that they don't have any official nationality or citizenship, even though they've lived in the country for generations. Many of these stateless people are from East Africa, South Asia, and the Arabian Peninsula. This lack of official status leaves them in a position where they're denied things like healthcare, education, and other basic rights that other citizens receive. Imagine being in a country where you live your whole life but can't go to the doctor when you're sick or can't send your kids to school. That's the reality for many stateless people in the UAE. The UAE situation reminds us that nationality and citizenship should never be used as a means to deny someone their basic human rights. Everyone deserves a chance to live a full, healthy life, no matter where they come from. 5. Myanmar. At number 6 is Myanmar, a country in Southeast Asia that has been torn apart by political conflict and ethnic strife. In Myanmar, there are many ethnic groups that are not officially recognized by the government, and this lack of recognition denies them important rights and opportunities. Among the most tragic stories in Myanmar is the plight of the Rohingya Muslims. This ethnic group has faced extreme violence, discrimination, and forced displacement. In fact, over 700,000 Rohingya have had to flee Myanmar to escape the military's violent campaign against them. Imagine being forced to leave your home, your entire life, just because of who you are or what you believe in. 6. Israel. Next up is Israel, ranked 5th on our list. Israel is a country that holds deep religious and historical significance, but it also struggles with significant ethnic and national tensions. The divide between Jewish Israelis and Palestinians is one of the most prominent examples of racism and discrimination in Israel. Human Rights Watch has highlighted how Palestinians in Israel and in the occupied territories are often treated unfairly. They face restrictions on where they can live, work, and even what kind of access they have to education and healthcare. The system tends to favor Jewish Israelis, leading to feelings of inequality and injustice. Imagine being told that your home, your community, and your rights are not as important as others just because of your ethnicity or religion. For many Palestinians, this is their everyday reality. 7. Iran. At number 4, we look at Iran, a country known for its rich culture and history. But for many ethnic and religious minorities in Iran, life is challenging due to deep-seated discrimination. In Iran, ethnic minorities like Kurds, Arabs, and Balochs face significant challenges in accessing education, jobs, and political participation. But it's not just about ethnicity. Religious minorities, especially those who follow non-Shia Islam, like Sunni Muslims or Christians, also face severe discrimination. Iran's situation shows how difficult it can be for people to build a future if society consistently denies them opportunities based on their background, ethnicity, or beliefs. 8. Saudi Arabia. Next on our list is Saudi Arabia, a country where the issue of racism is deeply intertwined with citizenship and class. In Saudi Arabia, whether you're seen as part of the community often depends on whether you're a citizen or not. Many migrant workers, particularly those from Africa and Asia, face harsh working conditions and racial discrimination. Workers from countries like Bangladesh, India, and Nepal are often treated poorly, facing long hours, low pay, and little respect for their contributions. Imagine being away from your family, working hard every day, and not even being treated like a full human being simply because of where you come from. That's the harsh reality for many migrant workers in Saudi Arabia.
9. Qatar. At number 2 is Qatar, which has faced global scrutiny, particularly during the lead-up to the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Qatar is known for its luxury, its towering skyscrapers, and its wealth. However, many migrant workers from countries like India, Pakistan, and Nepal were brought to Qatar to help build the infrastructure needed for the World Cup. These workers faced unsafe working conditions, delayed wages, and a general lack of respect. They were promised opportunities for a better life, but were often treated as disposable, with little regard for their well-being. This treatment earned Qatar a high spot on our list, highlighting how important it is for countries to treat every worker with dignity. 10. Serbia. Finally, the country with the most significant issues with racism is Serbia. Serbia has been home to many ethnic minorities for centuries, but sadly, the Roma people, in particular, face some of the harshest discrimination. The Roma are often denied access to education, health care, and employment opportunities. They're seen as outsiders in a place where they've lived for generations. Similarly, ethnic Albanians in Serbia also struggle with discrimination, making it difficult for them to build a better life. Serbia's example is a painful reminder that racism doesn't just hurt individuals. It harms entire communities, limiting their potential and preventing them from contributing fully to society.
All right, so there you have it, 10 countries where racism is still a major issue. And the challenges people face because of their background are heartbreaking. It's important to recognize these struggles because only through awareness can we start making real change. As we've seen today, these problems aren't isolated, and they require all of us to come together, raise our voices, and push for equality and justice worldwide. It's up to each one of us to contribute to a world where people are treated with respect, no matter where they come from, what they look like, or what they believe in. Remember, change starts with understanding and kindness, and that's something we can all work on every day. If this video has opened your eyes and you want to keep learning and growing with us, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got so much more content on the way that you won't want to miss. And if you found this video insightful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so that we can all start conversations about making this world a better place for everyone. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, the world is what we make of it. So let's make it better together. I'll see you in the next video.